They're trying to tell us something. They have figured out the formula for chaos.
When the clock strikes 8:30, babe, time to head for Chris's house.
Hey!
Will the song make it to the next round?
Oh no.
Pot of thunder. Let's pot tonight. Come on, baby, let's pot tonight.
Woo! Woo! Oh, they're cooking tonight. Listen to that.
House band is on fire.
Yeah, they are. It's like Doc Gibbs and the... What was that band called? Nick would know.
Doc Gibbs.
That was Emerald's house band.
Oh, was it really?
Right. Doc Gibbs and the something. I
I
can't
didn't
remember.
know he had a house.
He had
band.
a New Orleans house band that was
Did not know
way
that.
overqualified for the show that he was putting out.
I'm trying to think of Jiminy Glick's house band.
He had a house band.
I
too?
forgot who was in it. It was a known comedic actor was playing the front man. I want to say Eugene Levy, but probably not.
I mean, that would make sense.
It's been a long time,
but maybe not.
I forgot who it was.
Well, let's not forget who I am. Oh yeah, it's your buddy Andy, America's little brother.
Wait a minute.
And guess what?
Oh, you didn't introduce the show yet, did you?
Oh yeah, it's Pot of Thunder, the recognized symbol of excellence in rock and roll podcasting, brought to you by Blue Microphones. They look great. They sound even better. What?
The tribute to Andy continues.
Does it again?
Episode 5.
Of course it does.
502, right?
502. All right.
It's still continuing.
Let's let it continue.
Andy, you made the best joke ever. Ever. The ring bearer's tuxedo.
There you have it.
That was the best joke ever, huh? The
Big-
ring
I
bearer.
think so.
That was the equivalent to Lucy Ricardo coming in with the chicken eggs all in her blouse and then getting hugged and then getting squished, and I think they say that was the biggest laugh in television history.
People lost it.
That
huh?
was the equivalent.
I would
for
have to
podcasting.
agree with that. That was your finest on-show moment. There have been several, but that one was like instant eruption laughter.
Yeah.
In case anybody's wondering, that is the Savage Hall of the Mountain King episode. Go
Yeah.
listen to it.
That's the one. Well, wait a minute. What's going on over there? Who's getting up?
Go ahead.
Uh-oh. Polka dancing his way across the podcast studio.
Ow,
my.
it's going to knock something over.
Oh, my.
Jesus.
Wow. Nick Polak has entered the program.
Actually did it.
He did it. He does it every week, apparently.
Well,
right? Huh?
last week I
Oh.
had like a thing.
A thing? An issue?
Yeah.
Something holding you back from
little-
performing?
Yeah,
like a hamstring?
No,
Or is
like
it a ball? What were you just...
No, that was a foot.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what you were just touching between your legs. A ball problem?
My foot happened to be there.
Okay. So you're here.
And I've got
a hat?
I've got my little feather added to it.
Nice.
Made by two Polish ladies today.
That's right.
Hey, what happened? You just got that today?
Yeah.
You see that.
Got the feather today.
Who made that for you?
It was my mom and Andy's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks good.
Nicely done. Is that like some kind of official Polish hat, or just seemed to
No,
work for
just
you
this was
today?
this was a fedora I bought from Target years ago, and it doesn't look particularly good on me, so I don't wear it.
Okay.
I wouldn't agree with that. Put it on. It looks pretty good.
I think it looks
Isn't
nice.
it the hat you got on when in that picture you gazing out the window
That's
looking
right.
like a weirdo?
Yeah.
Gazing? That's not the
This
hat
is- I
you
guess
wore when
this
you
is
did
if
the
I'm gonna-
Kojak
this is
thing,
the
it?
Kojak hat.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a good looking hat. What are you talking
Okay.
about?
Maybe I need to wear it more.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think so. What do you think?
I think it looks nice.
Okay.
I don't
I
think.
don't
I
know
think
what
you're.
your issue is.
I think you're judging yourself too harshly. Like you're someone who can't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
That's not the case.
I mean, look, if it was that like on par with that Sharks hat you got me, we would say something.
Well, you'd have
I wouldn't
bruises
I
afterwards.
I wouldn't let you out in a hat that didn't look good. I wouldn't lie about that. It looks good. You should wear it.
Well, if only there was an anthem that could inspire me
Yeah.
to overcome those sorts of feelings.
Well, there is, and it goes with the man to your left. You want him. We got him.
Can have it every day, yeah. I can have it. Get out of my way, yeah. Fuck you.
Put your hands together for
right.
the breakout star of the podcast medium. That is Chris L., and we are Pod of Thunder.
The anthem of entitlement the world needs nowadays.
That's the one.
Incorporate it into your aggressive plan for each day.
I can have it.
Strut out of your house with that in mind, and you will dominate everyone in your path.
I think tomorrow on LinkedIn, I'm just gonna write "I can have it" and see how many someone's name celebrates this. Is one of the options that you can do.
Celebrates this.
Like on Facebook, you get your like, your love, your
Really?
care, yeah. So I totally expect to see Chris L. celebrates this.
How does one physically celebrate this? If you translate it into an actual, actual human. I like if you like something, you would smile, maybe a thumbs up in real life.
Are you saying they don't? They're being facetious when they're saying they celebrate it.
If you care for something, you give someone a hug, right?
Yeah,
There's a
that
physical act
that's
that
a good
comes to mind
addition
easily.
to the Facebook reactions. I'll give them that. Yeah.
Celebrate something.
You don't like
Well,
How does one do this?
The LinkedIn icon is what, hands clapping, isn't it? Something like that.
it? Oh, is it? I don't even know.
Something
Some
like
green
that.
hands doing something.
I know way too much about it. But if anybody wants to celebrate my theme song, go out and live it. That would be my request from you, to celebrate it, incorporate it into your life.
You're correct. It is two hands clapping is celebrate. Okay, here's what they are quickly. Like, celebrate, support, love, insightful, funny. So there you go. That's the full
Insightful.
Insightful would be a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think of
you
it.
can have it.
I think of it as though it came up in Pictionary, and I have to draw this now.
What if I said I can have it?
No,
Or if I said,
insightful.
Oh, insightful. Okay.
It's
a
celebrate
challenge?
it, insightful. I don't know.
That is difficult.
I'm a little hung up on this tonight.
Yeah.
Well, don't waste too much energy thinking about anything related to LinkedIn.
Yeah. It is the most worthless platform on the planet. It is not fruitful whatsoever.
No, it's
Does
a
the
complete-
podcast have a LinkedIn?
I should make one. And
profile?
Oh, we should. Just to lampoon the platform. I never thought
That's a
about
good
that. That'd be
idea.
a great idea.
we could just immediately reject everyone who applies for our jobs, because that's all that seems to happen on LinkedIn.
Oh boy.
Post fake jobs.
Yeah, and then just
Podcast producer.
and then just have like a 3-paragraph thing about how great your application was, but we've decided to pursue another candidate.
Post celebration cleanup.
Or even better, just simply ghost the candidate,
Oh,
which
that's-
happens all the time nowadays.
That is nice too.
Absolute worst.
Oh man, just trying to make it out there in 2023.
Well, we're doing pretty well, thanks to our generous patrons,
That's
some
true.
of whom are
Yeah.
scoping us out on this recording session to get the advance taste of the show, which is one of the benefits of tiers 1 and 2 of our
Mm-hmm.
Patreon. So
Look how full my
It's a
wallet is.
big-ass wallet,
Look
Nick
at-
has.
this is because of Patreon.
Holy,
Look at that.
That's where all the money's
That's-
going.
It's one of those, like, what, George Costanza could barely close it kinds
Yeah.
of things. Yeah.
Man, I've got like jack shit other than the Metal Pounders Union fake
Well,
Caruso brother card.
That's credit.
That's all I have. That's all I
You
need.
can get by on credit like that.
Yeah. I'm looking over here. I didn't even realize this really until today, but with this. Did we even do this last week? I don't. No, we didn't do the live stream last week. That's
No.
right. So, if you're in, like Chris said, the first 2 tiers of our Patreon, you can watch as we do the show live, or you can watch the live recording on demand up until Monday when the show's released anyway. If you feel like listening/watching early, you can do that. You can have it. But they can chat with us, and we could put their messages on the screen. That's fun. So,
Yeah, we didn't do that last week, but
No.
now we've got it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we're going to waste a bunch of time reciting their bullshit, but you
No,
know,
but it's
do
just-
what you got to do. But
Yeah.
you know, no promises made. But yes, interact.
Fun little unexpected feature. That's all. So,
Exactly right.
yeah. So, hey, guys, let's get rolling here.
Where are we up to on the new list? How many songs?
That's a great
Checked
question.
it recently.
I did check it. It's 300 something, but I want to give you an exact 333. 333.
Wow,
Yep.
that's nice.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to it. I mean, if we got no more songs, we'd have 6+ years worth of material. So
Mm-hmm.
we're in good shape.
Yeah. Holy shit. That many years?
Yeah.
Gonna be around that long physically?
I hope my feather lasts that long. It's pretty well crafted. So
It sure looks that way, yeah.
There's paper, though. You walk out in Winter Storm Nicardo that's happening here. Who knows what's going to happen? Did you guys see that they were saying that Winter Storm Ricardo was coming tonight?
Oh no, I didn't.
They named it.
Yeah, Winter Storm Ricardo was coming.
Oh, my
So I've
God.
changed it to Winter Storm Nicardo.
I like that.
Nicardo Honez, but I don't know. It's raining a little bit. I guess maybe in other parts of the country it's a real thing, but again, it's like all over the news, alerts on my phone, Winter Storm
This is just
Ricardo.
another way to just scare the populace. Now storms are being named like hurricanes. It's, you know, it's winter. We get weather occasionally.
Yeah, it's just winter.
Yeah.
Last week, businesses closed, schools were closed. We get barely out of dusting.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was.
It was
like
nothing.
I said on the pre-show live stream, which is another benefit of Tier 3 Patreon. You know, Canada can just spill into the country through Montana and conquer us in a day. That's how soft America has
toast, huh?
become. Just come down here and take it. You can have it.
I don't think
Canada,
They want it.
you can have America if you want it.
I don't think they want it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I would either.
They've got
if
a
I
lot
was
of
them.
land they don't use already.
Yeah,
That's true. Well, you don't think they want more usable land?
No,
It's just it's mo money, mo problems.
Exactly. I was going to
Kind
say
of thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just not worth their
too
time.
much effort.
They've got enough.
But I'm saying that wouldn't be as much effort as you think because we have gotten soft down here. No question about it. And last week was a complete fiasco. I mean, it was nothing.
Yeah.
And all the schools closed, businesses were closing down. I'm sure the shelves at Walt's were picked clean.
Yeah.
Toilet paper and milk and eggs.
Yeah. Bread.
People desperately trying to do the self-checkout, even though they've never done it before. Just thinking maybe
Today's the day.
in this emergency situation.
And then pulling out their checkbook to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, before this whole country/world goes down the tubes, let's get an episode in.
Yeah.
So people can get some of their money's worth here.
Let's
So.
do that. You know, before we get started, Nick, pass me that baked treat. I'm hungry.
Why do you do this to me?
Ah, you're full of shit. Fuck you.
Nick didn't bring a baked treat today.
They'll be back.
How dare you?
All right. Well, we're gonna have to compensate with something else. Bring something else back, but we'll get into that
Oh, well.
after. See, we don't. We're up to 333. We could technically do it because it wasn't the first pope in the year 30 or some shit like that.
30,
Nick?
33, yes.
33.
All right, let's let's bring back Pope stuff with the number,
Okay.
assuming it's over 33
Okay,
of
it
the
has
song.
to be over 33.
And see how far back into the annals of history we can go.
All right, so we were looking at the list. It's my turn to pick from the new listener submission list. I'm excited because I was taking a peek at it. I'm not playing any games here and cheating, but just scrolling through. I'm excited about a lot of it.
Wow.
So
See, this is what happens when you weed out the riffraff.
It's
and
true.
Just bring in people who are serious about it or put their money where their mouth is.
yeah, it's
yeah.
I don't want to make a guarantee, so I'm not going to. But I'll say almost anything on here I would go with on the first try.
Wow.
Well, for Andy to say that, someone who's not into music like Nick and I are,
I
or
just
most
don't
of our
get it.
most of our
I
listeners,
feel nothing for it.
for him to say that is pretty impressive. So,
Yeah.
kudos to everyone who's in tier 4 and above, who has access to the list. You've apparently done a great job.
Bang up job.
Andy's suffering through his lifelong disdain for the combination of rhythm and melody.
Yeah, it's upsetting to me. Well, Nick, I need you to pull that lever over there.
Well, you know what?
What?
We had someone request that we try to contact the old satellite. Do you think?
In this weather, are
Do you
we going
think
to be
it's
able
possible?
to make it happen? This winter
To see
storm,
if it could-
Nicardo,
Do you think Nicardo will let it
blanketing
through?
the region.
Do you think that, I don't know. Nicardo's, I mean, obviously, I can see half of the window open. Nicardo's pounding us mercilessly right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't see anything.
Like Nick said earlier, why do you do this to me? That's what I'm thinking right now.
Normally, Nicardo is pounding his woman mercilessly right around this time. So
Yeah,
now, is everything connected to the old satellite? Are we going to have access to?
I don't know. I think
songs,
Nicardo might
or-
be knocking out our signal
not-
right now.
it's not connected.
We might have to just go with the land-based system for
Yeah,
today.
let's shelve that
But let's-
outrageous listener request. I mean,
I just
know.
want them to know that we're working on it. As soon as Nicardo lets up.
If one of you calls my phone, it'll play. But
Yeah, it's not our fault that this crippling winter storm that's dropping a little bit of rain in our area is mucking things up.
Oh, that didn't work. See?
No, cut it off.
It didn't work.
Signals are crossed due to the weather.
we nearly had
Move
it.
on.
you heard it for a second.
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
This was like when I had to climb up to the roof in the old house in Hammond and clean off the. There was an ice storm, but it was still kind of wet. I had to brush it off so we could get our direct TV reception.
Who made you do that?
Well, I
Or you
did
decided to do it yourself?
it.
It was requested of
It
you?
was
I don't have any recollection of this.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Okay. Well, we're sorry. Pull that lever.
Okay.
Stand by. Let's go over to the Bozo Pewter.
He said he's going with anything on this list.
I did say
on
that,
the
didn't
first
I?
try.
All right. Well, we got the number 252.
52.
Okay. Wow. I like that reaction. So 252.
What are you doing over there? Are you mulling it over? or
I'm
what?
mulling it over.
So you might just bushwick something when you said chances are you wouldn't.
I'll do it. I'm ready to do it.
But it's
But are
not-
you guys ready to do it?
I'm ready for
Well,
anything.
you know. Yeah, I think you're ready for anything.
You said 252?
252.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got something. Hit it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think it was gonna be that quick.
Habemus papam.
Time for Pope stuff. Yeah, that Pope stuff. Here's some Pope stuff. Time for Pope stuff.
you seeing the same one I see, Nick,
I just
or-
for a safety net, I looked up the list of popes so I know who it is, just in case you didn't find it.
Yeah, well, I got one.
So I know who it is.
A factoid came up almost instantly. Not very specific. I mean, it is the year 252, so it's way back when. There's no month or date on here, but it is listed under events by topic of religion. And there's at least 2 words here I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce correctly, but here goes. Ready?
Yeah.
Pope Cornelius. Is that who you had in mind?
Saint
Okay.
Cornelius, it says, yeah.
Pope Cornelius is exiled to Centum Celle by Emperor Trebonianus Gallus.
Bony anus.
That's Trebonianus.
That's not an enviable physical trait.
No, Cornelius probably made fun of his name and it was thus exiled to Centum Celle.
Well,
I
it
don't
said-
know what the fuck that
It
is.
says here he died as a martyr through extreme hardship, so I'm guessing it was during that exile.
So that apparently it's a city and commune of the metropolitan city of Rome in the central Italian region of Lazio. And then Bonianus Gallus was Roman emperor from June 251 to August 253. In a joint rule with his son Volusianus.
So there's bony anus and floozy anus.
Volusianus.
Thank you for clearing it up.
Or another pronunciation, voluminous anus.
Wow, the Anus Dynasty,
Yeah.
253.
See, that's why people love that segment. It's been a while. I don't
has
know if we
been
did
several
it.
weeks.
We didn't do it at all in February. Right?
Really, the whole time?
I don't think so because
Wow.
we weren't going off the list, so we weren't generating any numbers.
Wow. Well, it
And the
came
first
back.
time back, we got the Anus Dynasty featured.
Yeah, we did.
How great is that? That's why people they clamored for this segment. It's back.
Well, are they clamoring for this? We will see.
So you're going for it. First one?
Yeah, hey, this is a list of our patrons. This is what they want to hear.
Well, we just to remind everyone, including you, Andy, we reserve the right to bushwick anything. That's made clear.
Yeah, but
right,
people
just
want it.
They do want it.
So
I mean, why would you submit something if you didn't want it?
right. Well, but I don't mean one individual. I think people across our listener base want it. So
All right. Well, let's give the people what they want.
all right.
And I don't know if this is correct Latin, but I'm going for it.
Habemus Carmen.
Habemus Carmen. We have a song.
Okay, we're gonna have to play that now. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Let's turn the microphone over to Chris Jericho.
All right, Hamill. This one's called
A Liar's Funeral.
Off of
We Are Not Your Kind.
by the band.
Slipknot.
Oh, boy. It's happened.
It's happened. It's been 502 episodes.
Who submitted this? Well, they beat Led Zeppelin to the punch.
Well,
Wow.
it's got the fingerprints
And the
of
Beatles.
Somebody.
Oh, there's a clip that came with it.
I figured.
Mike Caruso
Of course.
submitted this song.
Now, the celebrate emoji will be happening all week.
There you go. So I don't know. I know some, not a lot of Slipknot songs. I don't know A Liar's Funeral.
I like the title,
Okay.
and I like the title of the album.
We Are Not Your Kind.
Yeah, and I know the style of music, but if you played me a song, I couldn't say for sure this is Slipknot or not. So
All right. Again, like Chris said, we don't have to read every comment that people say, but I'm seeing, oh God, yikes, oh no. Meth head music.
oh boy.
Hello, Patreon help desk. Refund, please. Okay, so here's what Mike said about this song. Again, this is A Liar's Funeral. He says, probably one of their most creative songs musically. Great balance between light and heavy.
Okay.
Verses are beautiful.
All right.
I don't know it, so I'm gonna believe you, Mike. But that's
I know Corey Taylor is a man that wears many musical hats, many performance hats. So it's entirely possible he's speaking the truth there.
okay.
He's speaking his truth. We'll see if it's anybody else's, but, get it over with.
All right, so this is 2019. Okay, I didn't even realize We Are Not Your Kind was that recent. I heard the name before. What do we got here? Number 7 of 14, right in the middle. So
what year was this again?
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Their most recent. Did you say that already? I'm sorry.
No, there's another one.
Okay.
There's another
one. Okay.
It's, oh, wait, hold on. That was not in order. Why? They re-released the first one. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, so I guess maybe this is. What the hell do I know? What's the one with the goat head? I don't know. I can't tell what's going on here. These are all out of order. Nonsense.
So right in the middle of the album.
Mm-hmm.
I had a thing growing up, like my teen years.
Mm-hmm.
It always seemed like a lot of the CDs that I had, track 7 was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was just an oddball thing that I remember thinking in a lot of cases.
You think that bands put special attention on track 7?
I got that feeling in the 90s. I guess we'll see. But yeah, there was something odd about that.
Yeah. I kind of remember you mentioning that before. Track 7's got to be a good one.
Yeah.
The couple of recordings we put out, track 7's got to be a good one because it always is on other people's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would try to put whatever my favorite was as track 7.
There's another Slipknot album, 2022. The End So Far.
That's a good title. I'll give him that.
Yeah, Nick's kind of into Slipknot.
I have no problem with what I'm hearing so far. It hasn't been music yet, but I have no problem with
the concept,
with the information that I'm getting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. What do we got here? I don't know. I have no other thoughts. I remember when Slipknot came out. It was kind of a big deal at the time. A big promotional machine. That type of big deal. I don't even remember what year that would have been. 99 maybe.
Were they a big like Ozfest band?
I'm going to say yes.
I'm assuming.
I seem to remember that they were, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This song title, I'll be honest,
mm-hmm.
I thought, was this a Faith No More song?
Ooh.
The title?
I kind of thought that originally, too.
You did?
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, any other thoughts on the band before we play the song? Or are you just ready to go
Are there like 12 guys in it?
I don't know if there still are.
There's 8, apparently.
Like 6 drummers?
Apparently this is the only album that was recorded as a 7-piece because one of their guys who hits trash cans or whatever he does was sacked for suing them for unpaid royalties.
Oh. He went to Blue Man Group.
Well, I don't know enough about the members, but I'll have you know that the photo on Apple Music has 9 guys.
9 guys.
So we can't get our numbers straight here. 7, 8, 9.
Wikipedia has, but you know.
Remember Stomp? Do they do that in Slipknot?
Kind of.
Where they fasten the garbage cans to their feet.
I mean,
stomp around.
In a way.
Okay, I don't know much.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them once, and that would have been 2001.
With who?
With what bands?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
It was the only Slipknot album to be recorded as an 8-member band. So there's 9 guys, but one was fired for suing them for alleged unpaid royalties.
I wonder how they were able to make it happen with 8 guys.
Yeah.
That's a void right there that was left.
Yeah.
I think that was the guy's name, actually. Void.
Yeah, right.
He had a black mask on.
You say that, but it might work.
It's this album is is light on the trash can tones that fans of Slipknot are used to.
So the concert was Slipknot, Rammstein,
Oh my.
System of a Down,
Mm-hmm.
and then a couple bands who I can't remember the names of. I'm trying to look up, but
And where was this?
at the Allstate Arena, Rosemont Horizon.
Right.
Is this when the guy from Rammstein fired a flaming arrow straight at you?
One of many times. Yeah. Of course. And then the keyboard guys ejaculating on the keyboard out of a hopefully fake penis, but who can be sure?
Yeah, they're weirdos.
Yeah, yeah.
And never in a million years would I consider going to that. Why did you go?
I remember I was at school. It was my first semester of college, and I think I just got a cell phone for the first time, and our brother Jay called as I was finishing up with class and said, "Hey, I got an extra ticket to this. Do you want to go? Get over here. We're going to leave in a little bit." So that was it. So there was no plan for me to be an attendant of this concert, but last minute I was like, "Yeah, I'll come." So there you go. Again, I don't know a lot of Slipknot songs, but from, a 20-something year ago memory, I remember thinking, oh, they're a good band, and they put on like a show, a spectacle,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well,
So-
yeah, that can't be questioned.
Yeah. So,
What kind of spectacle?
well, there's just,
Like
fire and lights.
Bullshit going on.
Yeah, there's a-
masks and people hitting things, trash cans and whatnot. And
Do they really hit trash cans, or is this
I
just...
think it was beer kegs.
yeah,
maybe it's trash
They
cans. I
hit
don't know.
things that aren't conventional percussion instruments.
So they've got a drummer.
Right, which they've had one. The original drummer was one of the best drummers in the world.
Yeah.
Passed away. Now they have the son of E Street Band drummer Max Weinberg on the drums.
Yeah. So when I went, obviously it was the original drummer, and they had a whole thing like hard to explain, but where it was a 360 rotating drum riser, but then during the drum solo it went 90 degrees and then rotated. So so it was like a whole
It's like
thing.
some Tommy Lee stuff
Yeah.
happening.
Quasi
Yeah.
Tommy Lee thing.
But again, spectacle.
Okay.
You know.
I'm getting an idea here.
Yeah. So, I think we need to take a quick commercial break and get into this. What was it called? I can't remember. A Liar's Funeral.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. I was going to say, that's a long time for Nick to not stop a song.
I was pondering
It
it.
was 7 seconds. Okay.
I'm getting a big, like, 9 Inch Nails sort of a thing with the really mellow kind of acoustic guitar, almost like a Rick Rubin produced America recording, but with kind of some electronic effect going on.
Chris?
Yeah, nothing much to say about it yet. I can't say that I'm excited about this, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, what Nick said, I don't have anything to add to it really.
I hope that's the theme of this. Yeah, whatever Nick said.
A season at an end, a harvest of seclusion and regret.
I don't like it.
I need the lyrics.
I'm giving it a chance, but so far,
Yeah, so far the what I'm understanding of the lyrics is I don't know. Not something terribly original sounding.
yeah. A season of I'm sorry. What did he say? A season at an end, a harvest of seclusion and regret.
Okay.
Now, Caruso say the verses were beautiful? Is that what he said?
Verses are beautiful.
So this would be the verse.
Yeah, this would be it.
Okay, well, so far it seems we have different definitions of the word beautiful. I mean, I'm thinking of the disenfranchised, self-loathing meth head who this would resonate with, sitting alone in their bedroom and feeling like they're connected to this music, and just not relating to that whatsoever. But we're only 15 seconds in, something like that.
24, yeah.
But yeah, so far, okay. There's some dynamics. It's not what you would It's not the pummeling onslaught you might expect if you weren't familiar with Slipknot. And I'm coming in with major preconceptions, but the fact remains, I don't like it.
He doesn't like it. All right.
You don't like it either. You said as much.
I didn't like it once the vocals came in. I was open-minded to what was going to happen, but so far, vocals have ruined it for me.
I'm hoping,
and on its own, it wasn't like I was super into it, but I was like, okay, this could go somewhere enjoyable for me.
There's still a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right? How long is the song?
Well, unfortunately,
it's
there's
like
a lot
5 minutes.
of time.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
5-minute
Something
song.
could happen.
Yeah.
Like we could cut it off and not do the whole thing.
Do another
Just
Willie,
start
Willie
over?
D song instead, like we've done before.
Or just let it play like the Queensryche and get it over with and never have any Slipknot on the show again.
It's early. It's early.
What was the Willie D one? What was the original?
I forget what happened, but there was something where it might have been one of the
Elder
Elder
songs?
tracks, and we just
Fanfare or
just
something?
disregarded it completely and let it play and didn't say anything really. I think, and then there was regrettable decisions made after that.
Okay. Regrettable decisions were made after that? The Willie D song? Is that what
Maybe
you're
not.
saying? Yeah, maybe not. Okay. You mean as far as which song was chosen? Is that what you're suggesting? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's still time. I still am holding out hope. I'm not loving what the vocal is doing so far, but it's very early. So
The burning can begin. A period of ash is what you get. The quiet is a curse, but my respect was shown to you by force. Another day too late, another neck too eager for the road.
I don't know. It's kind of just a potpourri of bad lyrics so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with you, and I'm sorry if.
And I'm not. I'm still not giving up on it.
Well, right, but Andy, just don't feel like you have to apologize for anything, any sort of opinion. You can apologize for picking this song, but don't apologize for your opinion of it.
I wasn't going to apologize for that. I was going to say I apologize if these lyrics hit home to someone who's in a bad place or something, but I feel like what Nick said, it's a potpourri of bad lyrics is all I'm getting
it
from
it doesn't really matter what it's about. I mean, it does, but my critique of the lyrics doesn't. It's got no bearing on the intent or what it's talking about. It's just the lyrics themselves, and I don't know. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, the delivery's a bit awkward. And I'm not experiencing anything profound
and as such
myself.
Encapsulates the typical Slipknot fan. Just simply an awkward individual. Especially if you're a grown man in your 40s and or 50s and thinks this shit is beautiful. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know how to process that. I'm just having such a major skull cave in with that. That just doesn't make any sense. To the point where he can't be serious about that. This has got to be a put on the part of Caruso.
Did I fall for it? Maybe so.
Well, it's fine. It'll make for an entertaining episode. But, if he truly believes that, I don't even know what to say. I'll just default to how I put it as politely as possible. I simply can't relate to you on that topic.
And to be fair, this could just be a style of music that they're putting out during the verse that is just not what they're best at. So I'm assuming that we're going to get some changes. I know.
I would hope so. I'm not. I don't want to. If it's shaping up like we're going to listen to 5 minutes of this drivel, we aren't. It's going to be cut off in the middle.
I'm going to put my hat on.
Yeah.
There's going to be 3 swift kicks to the crotch, and we're going to move on to the art of questions.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not even, at this point, I'm not even paying attention to the lyrics. I can just tell their shit. I don't even have to know what they are.
You can tell their shit.
But it's just like it's like what Nick said. It's just like it.
Like it's a different language.
It's like a dog listening to you and just feeling like
the dog's I could tell what you're saying is wrong.
Well, it's like if I had just crossed the border to Mexico and clearly a drug cartel was coming at me, I'd be like, okay, they're speaking aggressively.
Yeah,
to me, I could tell.
I'm getting the vibe.
Yes,
I know this is bad.
But no, it's extremely lightweight Trent Reznor wannabe is the impression I'm getting.
I mean, that's the closest thing in my musical mental musical library that I can compare it to is a sort of like a 9 Inch Nails track.
Yeah, and mimicking 9 Inch Nails, trying to soften it up, do some dynamics, and yeah. So that's my assessment of it so far.
Okay.
I know at this rate, someone yelling liar.
Oh, give me Rollins.
I was just going to say
instead.
Not saying nobody should be allowed to do it, but this is Rollins' territory, and he did it wonderfully.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And really, it's very grating. I mean, I get it; it's probably supposed to be, but the liar vocal, the scream, very grating. Like the lend itself to fatigue after 5 minutes, I'm assuming, and the drums are just like way over the top sounding.
Yeah, and it's the drums are like that fucking over dramatic timpani style, like you'd get in a fucking Disturbed song. It's like, get the fuck out of here with this pretension. It's so I really hate this. I gotta admit it fell off the table into complete garbage when he started yelling into the mic. I mean, this type of music, this style of music, I fucking hate it.
The only timpani I want to hear is during an old Randy Castillo drum solo where he's got his foot up on the floor tom, and he's pressing down on the skin
like crazy.
Yeah,
right.
That's
you'll allow that.
That I enjoy.
Well, or in a proper orchestra or something, not this crap. I really hate this. I really do.
Yesterday was hard, tomorrow's just a promise of the same. But friends of ours subscribe to spitting on the ground to say my name. Fire on the ice, December in the summer kills the heart. Your hate is no surprise, I guess I have to die to play my part.
I think Chris needs medicine.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I mean, it's physical pain I'm seeing over here.
It's getting there. I'm starting to get a little, like, one of those, headaches that start in the forehead. And
Yeah.
this is crap. And it's just like, again, I just got to reiterate. It's like, how are you over the age of 11 and liking this? How is this resonating with you in any way? I mean, this is like a fucking 11-year-old kid who just somehow is self-loathing and wants to lash out at the world or sink within themselves and their feelings. outside of that, how is this appealing to anybody? I refuse to believe this is appealing to anybody normal.
Nick, you can do it as well.
I don't really have anything to add to what I said before. It's just I can't get into what I'm hearing of the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's it's getting into melodrama at this point, where it's forced dramatics. I don't know. I mean, I know there are people who probably identify with this, and that's fine if you do. But I can't to this level.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy some good melancholy sprinkled into my music sometimes.
Sure.
But this is very over the top, and I guess that's what I'm guessing by the presentation and the dynamics that we're getting. This band is supposed to be over the top.
Yeah.
But the lyrics, I can't identify with them, and even if I could, I don't think I would like them. I just don't think they're very good.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to know what the lyrics are, but I kind of feel like I need to make a proper assessment of what this guy is trying to convey and how off base he is. But I don't know which way to go. I think I'm going to default with the fact that the less I know about this song, the better. It's just not. I don't. This whole type of music, the type of person that it's aimed at, I have nothing in common with that individual.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand. Just, I don't know what the end game is. At what point do you encourage somebody who this song is resonating to fucking snap out of it, figure out how to move forward in your life in a productive way versus sinking within your self-loathing?
Yeah.
Is this helping anybody? I ask that honestly. What's the end game of this music? I get anybody in entertainment got to carve out a career for yourself. You identify a fan base and you go after it. Or are you just simply exploiting people who respond to this kind of music?
That's a good question.
Are you just exploiting them for money?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to help them in some way? I don't know what the end game is here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Seems a little disingenuous to me.
I just want to know what this guy did to be so persona non grata here. I mean, listening to the lyrics,
Well,
this guy really messed up.
he did something. Yeah. Well, apparently
So
he lied.
he's the liar. He's the person delivering the first person character of the song.
Sounds
is
like
the
it.
liar.
He said something like, "My friends spit on the ground when they hear my name," or something like that.
Yeah. So maybe.
So,
Okay.
he goofed.
Yeah. What did he pull? Did he pull the classic "I have a girlfriend in Canada" move? I mean, just and now you're thinking of harming yourself over that. Just say, "Okay, you busted me. I lied.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Shoops and talk it out." I mean, I don't know what. It's just like it's so. What could you have possibly lied about that it is causing you to react this way, or causing your friends to spit at you?
Yeah.
Shoops is the precise elixir for this situation.
Get a couple burgers and talk about it, okay? I don't really have a girlfriend in Canada. I'm sorry I said that. I mean, versus reacting this way. I don't know what to tell anybody. This is
Your rest for peace of mind. Turn your
Yeah, this is the guttural delivery. I didn't know that was really in their repertoire.
Oh, you had to assume that.
Well, I didn't know because I've seen videos of Corey Taylor singing.
He sings,
and I know
but he also can.
I know
this,
he sings.
obviously.
Yeah, so I kind of figured you kind of did the guttural
Isn't
thing.
most of their earlier stuff more along this line?
The
Or
stuff
no?
that I know, it's a lot faster. It's like a fast double bass thing,
Right.
but he's screaming a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the extent of my familiarity with the music is I've seen a couple of their performances on like download compilation things that they
Yeah.
used to show on what it was used to be Palladia and occasionally Access TV, and it was, you know, the guttural vocal, you know, whatever could penetrate his fucking mask that he wears on stage was, you know, definitely present. So hearing it here doesn't surprise me. In fact, I was expecting it to happen at some point.
Yeah. It's a little much for me.
You know,
I need
what?
to burn the liar.
With some,
Yeah.
This is-
Again, I don't have a girlfriend in Canada. Don't light me on fire over it. I'm sorry. I felt the need to pretend I had a girlfriend. I won't do it again.
I wanted to fit in.
No more
impress you
spitting.
guys.
No more arson. Enough, you know? Jesus.
I think the production
Burn
of it,
the liar. Get out of here.
I think if the production were a little different, but you had sort of the same song musical arrangement, and if the vocals were less guttural and a little more melodic, I think you'd have a Faith No More song like from like the album of the year era.
Well, first of all, none of the lyrics would be the
well,
same.
I'm not okay that, but I'm just saying like musically what's going on. I can hear it. No.
Yeah, you're starting to insult Andy at this point.
I'm not saying this sounds like Faith No More. I'm just saying that the tempo, sort of like the way that some of the dynamics are being used. I think the production
Maybe
is different.
I'll give you the dynamics thing.
You don't think like this sort of tempo that
No,
Faith No More would have delved into this?
Sure, the tempo, but I mean that's.
it wouldn't have been this crunchy because they didn't get quite so drop deep crunchy, but.
But I think the main thing driving this song is the lyrics and the vocal or whatever combined performance of whatever he's trying to put across, which I can't hear anything else. It's hard for me to isolate the music away from what he's doing. I'm having a hard time even listening to the music.
Yeah, no,
it's like a performance piece of the vocalist. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I guess
how
so.
But I hear what you're saying. I'll give you like 20% agreement.
Is this the chorus?
I don't know.
Is this
Is this the end?
is this a big chorus?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, I didn't realize someone just predicted I was going to say that.
Yeah, Gary Branville said, "Wait until Nick says big chorus."
See,
There it
this
is.
is what happens.
Gary,
you
you
become
can-
predictable.
You can
Nick.
co-host this show. It's not hard.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit more of this Faith No More deep cut. What'd you think of that little musical interlude?
I thought it was the best part of the
Me
song.
too. Me
Not
too.
saying I loved it, but I thought it was the best part of the song thus far.
Well, to sort of piggyback on what Andy said about the previous segment, just that the vocal that led into it just destroyed everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I can't get past. I fucking hate that style of vocal and everything that stands for everybody it's supposed to appeal to. I fucking hate everything about it. I can't stress that enough. I mean, this is absolute garbage. I mean, it's just it's okay, I was about to say it's astonishing to me how popular these guys are, but right in the middle of that statement, I realized, no, there's plenty of jackasses out there who would support this band and grant them a career because this is what they like.
Yeah.
Baffling.
Am I out of school here saying that Andy has appreciated bands with this type of like the guttural sort of singing like that? There have been some that you've enjoyed, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. I could, in small doses, like a Cannibal Corpse or something. But I could never get into whole albums of bands like this. But maybe there would be a song here and there that I could get into. But yeah. There's a difference, though, between that and this, and I don't even know how to explain it, but I feel like it's the that type of vocal combined with really chaotic music versus this type of music. This doesn't
the
appeal
melodrama layered underneath it just makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I hear what you're saying.
So when we had that Osmonds episode, the Crazy Horses episode, so we all loved that song, right?
We did.
I went and just kind of looked up the song on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. It might be the Butcher Babies.
You're correct.
Did a cover of it.
Yeah, I heard it too.
And I don't know if it was just one of the female lead vocalists or both of them were doing this type of singing to it. And as soon as I heard that, it was shocking to me. Like how very musically turned off I became as soon as I heard that style of vocal being put on that song. It's, I don't know, like I don't get it.
You think it was disrespectful to the original?
No, I just think it
was not a good choice.
It was not a good choice.
Yeah.
Is there talent involved with just the primal screaming into a microphone?
I think there's stamina involved.
There's a skill, but I don't know if...
I think there's physical stamina.
Yeah, like,
okay.
You have to be able to do it, and you have to be able to do it long enough to do a concert.
Yeah, I get that, but is that talent?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm throwing the question out there. I mean, I don't think so, but you know,
I say it's too far when it's done this way. I think Anselmo does it perfectly.
Yeah,
he'll do it, but the guy can. He can deliver a melody at the same time.
Wow, listen to early Anselmo. There's no doubt about the fact the guy could sing.
Yeah.
You know, and then they, again, they lapsed into a formula, appealing to a certain listener. I certainly wouldn't equate Pantera with Slipknot. I mean, I think they're vastly different in quality.
No, but I think just as far as the guttural style of vocal, I think he does it just enough for my taste.
Yeah.
But I think it takes a lot more talent to sing Cemetery Gates than to sing I'm Broken, if I can use that as an example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. Let the listeners comment on it in the discussion threads. I don't have the answer, but I mean, yes, the physical stamina and being able to do it without having your voice completely fail and forge out a 20-plus year career doing it, sure, but is that talent? Screaming like a baby into a microphone?
A baby
that's just had boiling water poured on it. Is that talent? I don't know.
And I think, to be clear, I don't want to speak for you, but I think you're not saying Corey Taylor has no talent. You're just saying, does that vocal style have come from talent? Because Corey Taylor can do a variety of vocal styles.
Apparently, Stone Sour is a different thing. That's fine. I'm talking about this guttural style of vocal.
I mean, I think the main reason I don't like it is because when it's done like this, there's really no melody to it.
Yeah.
And in that,
Well, there you go. There's another thing.
in that regard, you can view it as an exaggerated version of like a Fred Schneider delivery. There's not really a melody being delivered, but there's a personality to it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that might be the major component.
Yeah, but you know what? See, now you're starting to insult me because just the other day at the I was at the gym and so this is the kind of, I go to a community center, so it's not like a meathead gym where you would typically in a gym you would expect to hear Slipknot and guys wanting to run through walls. I'm there and Love Shack comes on, okay? Mm-hmm. And this was just 2 days ago, and between sets I was just like, Fred Schneider is a fucking national treasure. This guy is the best, okay? Nobody can duplicate what he does. You can't tell me you play 5 guttural vocalists back to back. You can't tell the difference between that's Corey Taylor, number 3 of the 5 sound bites you played for me. There's no personality there that I can discern. It all sounds the same. Whereas Fred Schneider, nobody sounds like him.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever sounded like him. This yelling is like what I would hear at the cafe occasionally.
Yeah, right. Once in a while, you'd get those bands coming in.
It's just like, man, what? I don't know. I'm almost speechless about it. I just don't. I don't get it.
Never trust no one beside you. You know just as much as I do. Do it all for what you really love. Use you up until you've got enough. Clench your teeth inside your grip. Stand up straight, don't let it slip. Burn, burn, burn the light.
I'm kind of surprised that, you know how musical genres that come up and they have their initial heyday.
Yeah.
They taper off. Bands will kind of adapt. This is very early 2000s, like the and that sort of stomping music.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, and this sounds straight out of that time period, this part. Mm-hmm. But it's, I guess, you know, people still are latched onto it, I guess. I mean, I could see that, but I'm thinking of, like, I don't know, the late 90s, like the ballroom dancing, the swing ballroom dancing kind of not ballroom, but, you know, when we had the swing thing, it's like, all right, that was like a big heyday for that. And I guess there are some bands that still do that, but they're not like a maintained level of popularity like Slipknot. So I just find that interesting.
Yeah, that is. Wonder why that is. I don't know.
That genre hasn't gone away.
I think a big part of it is similar to what we talked about before about, you know, naming a rainstorm to equate it with a fucking hurricane. People are just I'm telling you, there's a concerted effort to fucking wind people up, to get them agitated, get them angry, and it hasn't stopped in 20, 30 years, and that's why music like this is still popular.
Yeah, just because people are mad and they want some kind of outlet.
But everywhere, everything, and with the advent of social media and everything is designed to fucking wind you up, piss you off.
Yeah.
And this is the result. That's why this is music that transcends generations nowadays versus, you know,
Boston.
Big bad voodoo daddy who they're just out to have a good time, and we can't have any of that. We got to listen to some asshole screaming into the microphone about lighting somebody on fire because they said they had a girlfriend in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. I Still another
3 minutes.
minute and 52 to go.
Jesus.
That totally sounded like Mike Patton.
Say it. I heard it too.
Really?
Yeah. Go back maybe about, I don't know, just 10 seconds. Just
Andy's just not letting his brain allow that comparison to happen.
He totally.
I totally heard it, and I'm certainly not a consumer of all things Patton, but I definitely heard it there.
I'm right once a decade, and this was it.
This is it. Let me hear. Let's see.
Do you really have to play some of it back?
Yeah, I guess not.
Just about 10 seconds or so.
No, that's 10 seconds too many.
I want Andy to hear this, though.
All right, fine.
All right, here we go. The don't want, whatever.
Of course.
Don't want
a
to
little
be the sad
ascending
bit.
sort of thing.
Well, I mean, good for Corey. He got 2 notes that sounded like someone who's good.
Wow. This is actually my favorite part of the song thus far.
Because the ending is near.
Gotta get it all in there. All right, that's
It's not going to convey the message properly unless you include that part.
Exactly.
Yeah. A liar's funeral.
A liar's funeral.
Sung by Slipknot featuring Mike Patton.
Oh, come on now. How could you?
Hey, they had him in there for a couple lines.
Wasn't there.
It was kind of like Bryan Adams
has Patton ever gone on record with his opinion of bands like this? I mean, we all know the legendary reaction to Wolf Mother at that one festival, which is a classic video. But I gotta believe he just is there anything of merit in this music that he would find? I certainly can't find that much of it or any of it at all, really.
I don't remember the exact quote, but I remember one time someone asked him about Corey Taylor, and he said that Corey Taylor's more talented than the music he puts out or something like that. Like, he expects more from him or something.
I could, from stuff that I've seen of him performing live, I think he's capable of better material.
But that's the thing. Yeah. It's like, why would he do that if he's making a great living and got this huge fan base? Why, why would you? I mean, he's got, I guess Stone Sour is completely different or whatever, and he's got his outlets for that other stuff. Or he's got other outlets for his talents. But yeah, why would you mess with what Slipknot's got going on? I mean,
Yeah.
Guys got a massive career from it. It's business.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something I read on Blabbermouth, maybe just within a couple days ago, because everything Corey Taylor says is featured on Blabbermouth.
Well, yeah, it's become a joke at this point.
But he said something, and I'm assuming he's saying this as though, like from maybe a wrestling kind of a standpoint of I'm putting this out there. I get it how it sounds, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Mm-hmm. It was something about he's got a solo album that he's working on, and the quote was something like, "It's going to be the best album of this year and the next year."
Yeah, I saw that. Here's one of his talents is he knows how to manipulate the modern media, so he's constantly in the media. Mm-hmm. Okay, Blabbermouth, Loudwire, these are fucking AI bots. They steal content from shows like ours, which we don't really have guests, so it doesn't happen. It's happened to us once. We've been mentioned on Blabbermouth.
Sorry about that. I had to grab something.
These are artificial intelligence bots who gather content from content creators like us, like Meltdown. He gets mentioned a lot because he has rock stars on his show. Mm-hmm. Spiders the audio, steals the quotes, and writes these articles and puts them out. And Corey Taylor knows how to manipulate that, and he knows that whatever he says is going to be turned into an article, quote by quote, and the more outrageous the quote, the more assured it's going to be an article, and the more, again, it's going to rile people up when they see Corey Taylor say, my solo album is going to be the best album of this year and the next year. He knows it's going to rile people up. The comments are going to come in. He's going to be top of mind for people. He knows how to manipulate the media.
That is the game.
That is the game, and he's really good at it.
Impressions and what's the other, whatever... just activity in general.
Clicks, interactions, all of that.
That's what the value is.
Right.
And there's a chance that he might be right, because I can't think of any albums coming out by anybody that I'm excited about. He may actually be correct here.
It's the only album coming out this year or next year.
The album of the year, if you will.
Well, boy. Well, I don't know if we need 2 sound clips to choose from, but your options are Sweet Surrender or Kick in the Crotch.
You picked it, so you go first.
I'm kicking it.
It's a humiliating kick in the crotch.
I felt like, again, it's how I interpreted the song. I'm not saying these guys are not being sincere, but I felt like it was really over the top. Chris used the word melodramatic. It was
Nick used it too,
Nick.
I believe.
Okay, well now that makes all 3 of us. It's just too much for me, and I didn't like it. I don't. If I'm upset or something, sad, angry, whatever it is, and I'm looking for some type of music, I'm in the car or something where I'm going to actually listen to music, and I'm feeling that way. I'm not reaching for this or anything like this.
No.
So,
why would you want to exacerbate it with this?
Yeah. Now I could understand if you just wanted to listen to something really aggressive, but this is not.
You wouldn't reach for this, or you wouldn't reach for Slipknot if you wanted that either, right?
I wouldn't, but I'm thinking of the first song on their first album. I could see how that would fit. It's fast. It's a aggressive metal song.
Right.
A lot of yelling and fast drumming and fast guitar playing.
Sure.
But this, no.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Sweet.
A sweet kick in the groin.
It's a humiliating kick in the crotch.
As much as I enjoy the fact that Slipknot featured Mike Patton on a few lines here, just like Glass Tiger called in Bryan Adams, you know.
Okay.
No, seriously.
Stop it, Nick.
I don't have really much else to say about it. It's there was a point in my life where I would say, well, you know what? I don't this isn't my taste,
Yeah.
but they're probably really good at this.
Yeah.
And I'm less and less wanting to fall back on that level of like sympathy.
You mean right
towards,
now,
towards
or
something
just
I don't
in general
like?
in life?
In general, well, no, well, I'm talking about like musically, TV, movies.
So you're
whatever.
less like that now.
I'm less like that now.
See, I've gotten more like that. I think I took it from you.
You're cutting more slack.
Yeah. Am I going to come back around?
I'm cutting less slack.
You're
these
3
days,
years older
where if
than
I just
me.
don't like it, I'm just like I don't like it.
Okay.
And it's this style. It's again, I'm gonna just with a guttural vocal style like this. To my ears, it's pure novelty, and that being the case, I don't really get how it's something that an artist would do every song. I'm not saying they do this every song. I don't know that many songs by them, but that genre, that's certainly not for me. But then again, they're Slipknot. They're known the world over. So what
That's fair.
You can't account for the taste of the masses, right?
I guess so.
Well, that'll flow into something I just thought of. I'm kicking it, of course.
Okay.
It's a humiliating kick in the crotch.
Like I hate it. I hate everything about that vocal style and the melodramatic presentation of the music. There's nothing about it I like. I don't understand how this could be appealing to anybody who's over the age of 11 and who doesn't just absolutely despise the world to the point where they want to harm themselves or others. If you're semi-normal, how do you listen to this and derive entertainment from it? But going back to what Nick was saying leading into my vote, something we talked about it last episode, I equate this with like fucking Maury Povich. Okay. He's making a lot of money targeting and appealing to and exploiting a certain demographic, let me put it that way, that you would think is probably beneath him. Then again, who knows? They are from Iowa. Have you ever been to Iowa?
I've never been.
I came
to
close once.
Yeah,
Turned
we
around.
played a few times in Davenport, Iowa. Iowa is a toilet. Iowa is a cesspool. Middle America in that area. I understand how you would end up like this and create music like this and listen to music like this if you were from that area.
Okay.
But make no mistake about it, those guys became successful. He is now, this is his thing. This is how he makes his money. This is how he employs everybody in his organization by appealing to and to a certain extent exploiting a certain demographic. It's exactly what Maury Povich does.
Wow.
I mean, when Maury Povich started his talk show and started delving into the trash and it went gangbusters popular, of course he's going to stick with it.
Yeah.
Is he going to suddenly be like, well, some people would, like, but is he going to be like, I can't do this anymore. This is not contributing anything to society. It is actually polluting the brains of people who are consuming this. But look at your bank account.
That's it, man.
Okay, bring on the next Who's Your Daddy episode, or Are You the Father, or whatever the fucking theme is of
Every
that.
episode, man.
Yeah. Oh, again, that's what people want to see.
That's
so
why.
bring it out every
Yeah.
episode. Why not?
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't have to do anything else here. If you disagree with us, we're sorry.
That's just the fucking way it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it. I just simply do not get it.
Are you open to more Slipknot in the future?
I personally am not. I mean, I'm not even joking. I mean, look, it was bit of a running joke leading up to this. We've finally done it. This is my show. This is our show. I didn't enjoy that at all, and I'm not going to fucking subject myself to that
more than once.
Yeah. You want your money refunded? Fine, I'll do that before I'll listen to another Slipknot song. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
this is my show, our show, and I'm here to try and have a good time. That is not a good time for me. That is dog shit, and I'm not submitting myself to it anymore. I can't have it. I don't want it, and it's not happening anymore.
That's fair.
That's it.
Chris can't digest it, so he doesn't want it.
That's it.
Yeah, we did it.
He had psyllium husk right before the episode too. Still can't digest it.
We did it. It's over.
That's fair. All right, well, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Nick's favorite part of the show.
The commercial break?
That's right. We're back. And another commercial for Nick. Oh, yeah. Guess where we are.
I don't get yards of questions. Motherfucker, I give them!
Swing away.
Yes, Chief.
Is it true? Someone can own this drum kit?
That is true.
That this was played on?
That's right.
The original Pot of Thunder theme music was played on?
What is this? I'm just now learning of this.
I put it up on Marketplace today.
Did you?
Yeah, the Roland TD4 is ready to go. Get it out.
That's a
titty sauce yams.
That's a pot artifact.
It is.
You should offer it up to some of the listeners.
Well,
I think the Hard Rock is fabricating a case for it.
Put it right next to Jericho's flashing jacket down in Tampa.
Yeah, that's the one.
I did not notice that. Did you sell the speed bag yet?
No.
Or the heavy bag?
Not yet.
What's wrong with people? These are desirable items that you just price too high or what?
That might be it. You start high.
Yeah, I get it.
Gradually drop it down until you make a sale.
All right.
Well, look where we are. Familiar place of happiness.
Or how's that list going? I mean, that's something that anybody can contribute to still.
Yardo questions. Oh yeah, it's still coming in. There's one in here from a couple days ago. Every couple days there's a new one that trickles in. Who's this character? I just don't recognize the name.
Well, if they got good questions, then. Intensive screening process.
Yeah. It's more fun to do it this way for me, based on how the show went. Okay.
No, I didn't like the song, but I have no issue with. Okay, we did a Slipknot episode. Okay, there it is.
Well, why would you have an issue? We did it. It's done. The best part about it is we don't have to do one ever again, and we're not going to do another one again. I mean, if you guys want to do another one, it's going to have to be one where I'm not present because I won't agree to it.
Yeah, you're going to.
Even if you guys pick it, I won't do it. I literally will not do it.
Don't worry. It's not going to happen.
No, and I don't think it would come to that, but enough is enough. I mean, that's all I need to hear from them ever. It's over.
All right. Got a good Yardo questions from our friend Colin Taco Bell.
All right. Let's right the ship with somebody normal. The verses are beautiful. I didn't even.
Well, I'm
astonishing comment.
I had 3 homemade enchiladas, so bring on the taco.
Oh. All right. Hey guys, it's your English buddy Taco Bell here with 3 questions for you to ponder/read or dump in the bin. The choice is yours. We are going to ponder/read. No turning back now. Question 1. Which band/artiste who were before your time or you were too young when they ended would you most like to have seen live? It's an obvious choice, but I'd go with the Beatles in their early days at the Cavern or the Kinks.
Interesting.
So, who would you like to have seen before your time? Or so either way, you're too young, but whether it's you just missed them or they were done before you were even here, whatever it may be.
I'm trying to think of an additional one because the one I have has probably been an answer to yards of questions before, but I'll say it anyway. The Blizzard of Oz.
That would be it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I have no problem seeing the Tommy Aldrich, Rudy Sarzo, or the Lee Kerslake, Bob Daisley lineup, or both. I don't care.
You wouldn't have a preference?
And that's something that you don't really hear people bellyache about. You don't hear people say, like you do hear people say, "Oh, the original, they were so great, the original Blizzard," but you don't hear people say, "Oh, once they got Aldrich and Sarzo, they really went downhill."
No, nobody says.
No,
that.
so that's a rare instance where you get replacement musicians and people really don't complain about it.
The only reason why they would assail those two is in doing so, they would be attacking Sharon Osbourne for, pulling the strings on that. But in terms of what those guys actually did, and the fact that those guys are known in the business as cool guys and extremely talented, yeah, nobody has an issue with that. Yeah, I remember in high school, kids had gone to the Diary show in Detroit and coming back into school the next day with the t-shirts on, and they had remember the one had the Blizzard band, the 4 of them sitting there, and just be like, at the time it was be like, damn, I kind of wish I went to that show, but I'll just catch them on the next tour. And then 2 weeks later, you hear the news that the plane went down and Randy Rhoads is dead, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And that, to this day, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. When I see people who are like, they saw the Blizzard of Oz band with Randy Rhoads live, I mean, that's a huge, pun intended, feather in the cap for concert goers, I think, to have witnessed that.
Yeah.
Because there weren't very many opportunities to do it. So I'm going to go way back, and the first thing that popped into my mind was Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
That's a good one.
To see the Winter Dance Party.
Yeah, I would have, like, that kind of, but also just the trio, just to see them doing a regular gig and just seeing how the crowd reacts and just seeing how he was on stage, because, even before any kind of mass media or anything, clearly a captivating performer.
Yeah.
And an extremely talented person. So yeah, either the trio or the big, review that he was on later, but like just to have seen him live in concert would have been pretty special.
And I remember reading somewhere, and I think there might be a photo of it, and during the Winter Dance Party, Richie Valens would fill in on drums for whoever needed it. How crazy would that be?
Really?
Say if it was like Buddy Holly's band. It was like him, Waylon Jennings, I forget who else, and then Richie Valens on drums or something like that. That's crazy.
Did not know that. I'd never heard that before.
I don't know how often it happened, but I had heard that he had jumped behind the kit during that tour.
I didn't realize that.
He also whipped up some of his homemade enchiladas for the band, for the green room back there. Yeah,
Whatever they needed.
Enhanced the catering.
He was a utility man.
Yeah, he was.
Drummer, caterer, all of that.
Yeah.
Plunder of white girls in his high school. Just a well-rounded individual.
Couple comments here. I'm following along with our friends watching us. Gary Branville said, speaking of Iowa, because Buddy Holly. Mm-hmm. And then Chris Lashir said, and plane crashes. So there's a couple of threads going on here with Chris is tying it all together with Buddy Holly.
That was unintentional. Even before Nick started in, the first person who popped into my mind was Buddy Holly for some reason.
Question 2. Which band / artiste? Yes, Colin Taco Bell spelled it artiste every time. Is that a British way of saying artist, or is he saying artiste?
I don't know. When I hear artiste, I think it's someone who's like got a little ego to them, little into themselves, which you kind of have to have anyway if you're going to be any kind of performer.
All right.
But, yeah.
Okay. Question 2. Which band / artiste around in your lifetime would you have loved to have seen or would love to still see? I'd opt for the Ramones or David Bowie. My brother did see him, by the way. I'm not jealous, honest.
I saw both.
Nick saw both.
So say that. So
this is the same
previous
question.
Question was before, and that it just occurred to me that I wasn't sure. I thought Nick went off script, but I realized that he wasn't actually alive when the blizzard. So, you were born in what?
I was born in '80, so
okay,
I would have been
close enough.
I was almost 2 when Randy Rhoads died.
Close enough.
Yeah,
because I was in high school, so everybody was into it. Mm-hmm. You know, kids at school, like I said, went to the show, came in the next day with the shirt on. It's like, fuck, man, you were at Ozzy. You know, everybody was like, you know, they were the envy of the school if they were able to go to the Ozzy show, and then you're just like, well, I'll catch him next tour, and then he's gone. So
yeah.
So this is bands that.
So this is one that would have been around or still is around that you just didn't see or would still like to see.
Okay. Let me think here.
Trying to think of who I have. Well, a lot of the bands, of course, are winding down now.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
So
I mean, but can we transport and say if I wanted to see them in their heyday?
Yeah, as long
I guess, or like if you were in your 20s,
as long as you were
active,
of concert-going age, I think it's allowed.
Concert-going age.
Because he said the Ramones and David Bowie, they're both not alive anymore. So.
Right, but so
okay. we could go back in time.
All right. All right, the one that's coming to mind for me, I've never seen him in concert, and if I was to see him, I would like to go back to the mid-'70s heyday of Ted Nugent.
Oh, yeah.
Like full loincloth, Derek St. Holmes era band. Probably, Cat Scratch Fever or Free for All tour where they had like 2 or 3 albums under their belt, but that I would like to see, if for no other reason than to experience the purported volume levels that guy would put out in concert. Just apparently just the loudest things of all time.
Yeah.
So.
Does anybody do that still?
The only one I can think of, and I don't know if he's still at it, but the guy who made it his shtick, just like massive volume, and never got any flack for it, that I know of, is Jay Mascis of Dinosaur Jr.
Okay.
That guy he literally has 3 Marshall stacks arranged in almost like a partial octagon style, and he stands right in the middle of it, full fucking blast. He played like the Empty Bottle with that, and like everywhere else. Jay Mascis, his shtick was 70s style, dimed non-master volume Marshalls, 3 stacks worth, and no sound guys can tell me to turn down. This is what I do. So that would be the answer. I don't know if he still does it, because I mean, we're talking fucking 30 years ago already.
Yeah.
But he's the last guy I can think of who's just like sheer old school volume, and nobody was going to tell him to do otherwise.
I've got 2. He got 2. And they're actually still both active, but I can't imagine for a whole lot longer in either case. Uh-oh. And I've never seen either, and I would like to go. First one would be John Fogerty. Ooh. I've never seen him. He is playing a few shows that, you know, this year that are announced at this point.
Is there one in Chicago?
Doing like
nothing around here. I am hoping he'll play like the Hard Rockin' Gary or something like that. Like,
well, that, yeah. I mean, that you would probably, unless it was like way up there and like approaching 4 figures, to see him in that environment, you would have to consider paying whatever the price was.
Yeah. He's on the list for sure, and it's still possible. Then Andy sent me something the other day that was pretty interesting. Fear.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Leaving is still doing it.
Yeah.
That's a tempting one. That one is happening in Chicago.
Where's that?
That's at Reggie's.
Oh, that's something to consider.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's reasonable.
Well,
$30 or something.
I just want him to make fun of my hair or something. Make fun of my hairdo.
I wonder if he's still,
or lack thereof.
I haven't seen any clips of Fear in the last few years since they've been back at it. I don't know if he's still aggressive.
He doesn't antagonize the audience anymore.
He might just be a sweet old man at this point, you know? Just happy to still be doing it.
His version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas a couple years ago definitely gives the impression of an older, wiser, gentler leaving.
Right. But, again, I have no idea. Maybe he puts on a shtick for shows, but I don't know if he's inciting riots anymore at, like, whatever he is. He's got to be 75.
He's got to
be up there.
He's been doing it for a while.
He was old for that scene in 1980. Like, he was in his 30s.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
He was a very, very experienced, and the whole band were good musicians.
Yeah, they were like
to the other
rhythm and blues band,
like jazz influence and stuff. So they'd been around for a while before that.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
that would be worth it. Just to see some 75-year-old guy up there doing that material.
Doing Bomb the Russians.
Yeah. I want to go.
Reggie's? I think you should.
When is it?
I think it's June.
I might go if you go.
All right.
Reggie's is a great venue in Chicago.
And it's a great venue, and it's also very easy for us to get to.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's a great venue, and I've seen some good shows there, and that's where we saw the Kiss tribute band with the drummer eating a sandwich during the guitar solo, and the midget lady seducing the Paul Stanley character. I mean, once you see that venue, it becomes legendary. for no other reason than that.
That's it. Question 3. Just a bit of fun. We often hear Chris talking about the 3 bads of the UK: food, teeth, and weather. Can you think of 3 good things about the UK? I appreciate you may struggle with picking 3, so just one thing would be fine.
See, there are 4 members of Slade, so there's 4 right there.
There you go.
And there are 5 Spice Girls, although I could do without Sporty. But give me the other 4, I'm good with that. What, you got an issue with that?
No, I just remember Nick picked Sporty as
I
his
did.
number one when that conversation
And
came up.
Pot
on
Nation
Mondays.
agreed with me.
Yeah.
See, that
They stood up and were counted.
I completely forgot about that. Again, I don't get that, but it's not. I can understand
it's not
it.
Slipknot levels.
Yeah,
It's not
I
getting-
don't. That compared to the other ones, I don't see how she rises above 5. But that's just me. But the world gave us the Spice Girls, and or England gave us the Spice Girls, so I'm good with that.
I think music.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And,
you could rattle off a ton of bands that
Great.
they
Yeah.
were responsible for.
A lot of great music, a lot of great comedy.
Really?
Well, Benny Hill.
Oh, okay.
We
All
all
right.
we all tend to enjoy from time to time.
That's a
talking
good
about.
one.
Andy and I are fans. Well, I think Andy still is. We're fans of the young ones.
Yeah, I was just
Old-
talking about that show the other day.
Early '80s BBC series.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Good call on Benny Hill. Yeah, that much entertainment and pleasure was derived by me from Benny Hill stuff.
So music, comedy. What else?
Well, not in general. I mean, just not all music and all
Well, I'm just-
British comedy is.
But
like,
we're giving some examples
Yeah.
of the great ones.
So they
yeah.
have some good, yeah.
And nobody's really done colonialism quite the same.
Well, you know what? I've got and Andy who can back me up because he drives one too. I've got 2 British vehicles right behind me in the garage.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a big fan of British automobiles. So there you have it.
That's a good one.
Still happy with yours?
Yeah, definitely.
Now that you got the pre-owned quirks worked out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's next level. Very happy with my pair. Which, in case anyone's wondering, and if we weren't clear about that, Andy has a Land Rover. I have a Range Rover, same company but different models.
Yeah.
And then I also have a 07 Jaguar XK that I love. So
It's your daily driver.
well, I don't drive much anymore. I work from home.
That's
but,
true.
But yeah, no.
Is that the car you were driving when you flipped off our mom?
Yes.
It is. Because she was driving Andy's Land Rover, and I thought it was him.
Yeah.
And I drove past you again a couple weeks ago at Target, and a good thing I didn't flip you off because your wife and kids were in the car.
Yeah.
Although your kids were in the car when I flipped off your mom.
That's right.
so
Yeah.
it's more of a respect to your wife that I
guess
wouldn't
so.
flip you off. But.
I guess so.
But Andy, he's got a green Land Rover, L4
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't see too many of those.
That's a
around.
recognizable
It is.
vehicle when
You
you
see
see
it,
it.
and it's like, that's Andy.
Yep. It's tall. It's a square. It's green.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, big fan of the British vehicles.
Yeah. So was that 3 from each of you, or was that just a group effort?
I think we'll do a group effort.
Is good
because
for
I only
me.
had 2.
Okay.
And Chris took it over the top.
All right.
Still, I completely, I have vague recollections of this rallying around Sporty Spice. I don't get it.
It was a Chris Jericho episode.
Was it?
Was it?
Yeah, I remember. Well, unless it's come up more than once, but I remember he picked one too. I can't remember who he picked, but I remember there was a debate going on. Yeah. I find that to be a hard choice.
It's to bust out one of our favorite quotes. It's all good when you're talking about the Spice Girls, but there's got to be a pecking order. You got to put them in order.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Sporty's at the bottom, and my top have rotated over the years.
That's what I was saying. It's hard to pick one. I think it's not a clear choice.
It's not, and again, why do you have to make a choice? I can have them all.
Or none.
Or none, but in any combination, I can have it.
Yeah.
Just I don't need sporty, but give me any mix or match the other four. I'm good with it.
All right. Colin also said, thanks for giving us the world's greatest podcast each week. I didn't know that we got that title.
Wow. Oh, it's absolutely true.
Okay. We podheads appreciate it very much. Take care, guys. Much love. Taco. Thank you.
Taco Bell.
Riding the ship, you think? Did he do it?
No, I think so.
He always does it. Nobody does it better. Another great British import.
Yeah, there you go.
James Bond films. Well, most of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like Roger Moore. Don't care. I don't care who knows
I'm
it.
with you. I'm a Roger Moore.
I've argued that with people over the years.
People just don't like him?
They were cartoonish. A lot of the stuff from his era. And I'll concede that, but I still like him, and I think he was great.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm as far as James Bonds go, I was definitely on board with Roger Moore over Connery.
Yeah, even over Connery.
Yeah, I wasn't a James Bond purist. That's the other thing is there are Bond purists who can't see past Connery at all.
I think Brosnan was the best personally.
He's very good.
I'd say
he looked the part.
One.
That's for sure. I mean, he definitely encapsulated that. Visually, I think he was the best.
Yeah.
But I liked Roger Moore, just that sort of the way he tapped into the humor.
Yeah, I
think he was the best.
It got silly sometimes. Like you had the sort of Jackie Gleason-esque Southern sheriff just swearing and everybody getting the better of him all the time and just fumbling around. It got a little silly at times.
Did it get that extreme?
I mean, that was a character, and I think in a couple of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Like in the New Orleans one. I mean, that's...
well, yeah.
Was it a Southern American guy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was just like a loudmouth, sort of sheriff guy who. A bumbling sort of a character. Really obnoxious character.
I'm sure I've seen most of those at least once, but those are good movies. I don't mean this as an insult, but that's a good movie to put on and fall asleep. Like any James Bond movie up till like the 90s.
Yeah.
And then you wake up at some point, it's still enjoyable, and you fall back asleep.
I haven't seen any since Pierce Brosnan.
No.
No.
Okay. There's
not really interested, to be honest.
Here's a question. Since you haven't seen any, I don't know if Chris has seen any James Bond movies since Pierce Brosnan.
No.
All right, I'm going to put this out there, and I don't care how I'm judged for this, but I've seen several, and I have no fucking idea what's going on in any of these movies.
Like every one of them, or just the newer ones?
The newer ones. I don't understand the plots at all. Like, I understand, okay, that's a bad guy, I guess, and then whatever, but I don't understand what they're talking about and what the criminal syndicate is up to. Like, I don't get it.
Is it like Mission Impossible, sort of? Some of those movies are a bit...
Same thing.
It's a bit much.
Because it all takes back seat to the visuals. And
that's it. It's all like
special effects and the action. And it's
and
just
I'm disinterested in all of that.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
No, I would agree with you. I don't grasp.
It's like
those
hot
types
sauce
of movies.
that doesn't have any flavor. It's like it just. I like spicy food, but not for the sake of the heat. It's got to have that flavor to it. And that's what the writing is, and it's a failure to just sacrifice that just for the sake of visuals. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it and not even bother investigating. Like Daniel Craig, who cares? Not going to watch it.
And I thought he was good as a Bond.
George Lazenby was a better Bond, I think.
What, you don't like Daniel Craig?
There's nothing appealing just from the clips I've seen. There's nothing appealing about him as Bond to me.
He doesn't have the look to me. Like I said, Brosnan set the look. That's what James Bond should look like to me.
Timothy Dalton had a great look, and he was great, but the movies were terrible.
Movies were bad, right?
Yeah. His era, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Craig looks like Udo Dirkschneider to me. That's not a Bond vibe to me. I'm sorry.
perfect. It's not going to get better than that tonight.
That's time to go.
Oh, that'll end it.
All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you to our patrons.
Thanks for lurking.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. And we will be back next week with more Pod of Thunder.
French fried potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes, loaded baked potato on the waffle fries on the rice.